Hello and welcome to the 360 tour of the Precious Metal Showroom. We are a classic car dealership and collection located here in San Diego, California. If you're viewing this from a smartphone or tablet, please move the tablet around in various angles and focus on the vehicles you desire to look at. If you're viewing this from a VR headset, well then you're in for quite a treat because this gives a very immersive experience to our car collection. We have about 15 or 20 automobiles down here on display, and a couple of them we want to discuss with you and talk about right now. We will start with this 1969 Lamborghini Azlero S. There was 190 Lamborghini Azleros built. Of those 190, only 99 of them were built as an S variant. That's distinguished by the grills on the side, the hood scoop, and it had 50 more horsepower than the standard automobile. This is an absolutely fabulous automobile. We did restore this vehicle. We have shown this vehicle. We take this vehicle out every chance we get. We've won multiple awards. This is actually finished in Verde Carrabbo with a Bronco interior and is absolutely fabulous. There's a lot of really unique story for Ferruccio Lamborghini back in its early days. Even from meeting Enzo himself and wanting to buy a sports car, being unimpressed with Enzo's designs and cars, and being more unimpressed with Enzo himself, Ferruccio Lamborghini, the tractor builder, decided to build his own automobiles. This technically is the third generation of Lamborghini cars. First, in 1962, the 350 GT was introduced, then later the 400, which we have around the corner, and we will discuss that later on. We have a unique collection here, a variety of automobiles. As you can see, a little bit of something for everybody. This here is a 2001 Volkswagen Eurovan. That is a Westfalia, so it is a camper top. It does pop up. Great for day trips, great for rides up the road, plenty of room for the family. That is just a fun vehicle to have and something we like to keep in the collection for different type of use and different type of shows that we go to. This white vehicle here is a 1954 Jaguar Xk150s. This car has a couple of subtle, unique little upgrades. Upgrade to the head to give it a little bit more horsepower. It does have all-wheel disc brakes that were added because this is a rally vehicle. It has completed the Colorado Grand 1000, the Copper State 1000. We sold this to a client, I think 2 years ago. He brought it back to us because he asked us to do a little bit of electrical work, and as you can see, the dash is out and we're just kind of fixing the ignition right now. Again, like I said, we have a little something in here for everybody. As you see, we have a couple of jet skis here. Those are ours. We purchased those from a client a couple of years ago, and that's what we like to take out on the weekends. This here is a 1932 Ford Hot Rod. This is also a replica. Right now, the original car is quite expensive, very rare, so there's a lot of companies building replicas. A lot of the replicas are actually built in fiberglass, but this is a steel example. Stamped steel, beautiful condition. Structural integrity is very good with the vehicle. It is equipped with a Chevy 383 V8, 671 blower, puts out about 700 horsepower. Absolute ball to drive. Power to weight ratio is unbelievable in this vehicle. It's quite fast, but again, just a very, very nice little car. This here is a 1968 Chevy Corvair. They made a variety of these cars, different models and designations. The convertibles were all turbos. This is a Monza, but it is a fuel-injected example. We did have a convertible about 2 months ago. We sold it to a gentleman in France. So the cars not only just go everywhere, they have a following everywhere. That gentleman in France has 5 of these, and apparently there's a nice little club out there. They go out for the weekends, and they're just fun little cars to have. They're quite affordable. This here is a 1948 Ford Super Deluxe Woody Wagon. Fully restored, fully modified, very unique example, finished in a beautiful color scheme that's period correct with the tan and the tan tweed interior. Full wood body. The wood on this vehicle is absolutely impeccable. As you can see, the roof, the doors, the dash, all trimmed in wood. You think about this being built in 1948 and how many man hours and detail went into this. Again, equally as much today to have them restored, but that is a fabulous automobile. We did sell that, and that vehicle is going to a gentleman up in the Bay Area. A couple of the other vehicles in the collection. This blue car here is a 1965 Ford Super Performance Cobra. This also is a replica. Originally, the cars were built in the mid-60s. They're fantastic race cars, equipped with 427 V8s, 289 V8s. They won a lot of races, and today they are very rare and very expensive. So again, that's why people build the replicas. This was actually built by one of the best replica companies out there. It is equipped with a 427
fuel injected small block. This is not the FE side oiler that Shelby would have put in the vehicle, but equally as good, equally as reliable, equally as with enough power. It's got 580 horsepower. The interior of this vehicle is stunning. Leather, stitched leather, nice gauges. One unique feature on this vehicle is it does have an automatic. Not a lot of room in that cockpit, as you can see. So having an automatic, it kind of makes it nice when moving your feet and your legs around. You still get equally just as much performance, just as much fun to drive as a manual. You know, I can't reiterate it enough. We have a little something in here for everybody. So as you can see, we do have a couple of new vehicles. This is a 2019 Camaro Ss. This vehicle's only got about 10,000 original miles. This was a SEMA built car. This was built specially for SEMA by Toxic Garages, local enthusiasts here in San Diego. It's got a really unique suspension setup, airbags all the way around. It will ride low, it will ride high. You can adjust the height on the ride. It's got a custom wing. It's got a custom Anderson carbon fiber composite hood. The interior, again, also very unique with a custom roll bar. Custom trim pieces to the dash. A lot of fun for not a lot of money, and again, very, very low mileage. This particular vehicle here is a 2014 Mustang. This vehicle is the Shelby Gt500. So again, much like the Shelby down on the corner, Carroll Shelby kept his name in the automotive industry for, God, close to half a century. This is a very, very nice example. Single owners, only got 6,000 original miles. This is the original paint, original color scheme, original wheels. This has 662 horsepower. This is a 6-speed. This is also a very, very nice vehicle. I don't think Shelby could have imagined what the Ford was doing with his cars in his name here 50 years later. These are fabulous, fabulous cars to drive with a lot of power. Again, over here to the left, this is a 2003 Bentley Arnage. This is the epitome of luxury sedan. This is a large four-door weighing in at about 6,000 pounds. It's equipped with a 6.75 twin-turbo V8, puts out about 440 horsepower, and just elegant, sporty, stunning, very heavy, very safe. These are just fabulous cars to own. The price of this new was probably about $390,000. Today you could buy a car like this for just over $60,000. It only has 13,000 original miles on it, so it's virtually as new. Moving on to a couple of our European sports cars, you can see a couple of Jaguars here. These vehicles look virtually identical. This vehicle here is a 1966, this one is a 1969. These are fantastic cars to own, fantastic cars to drive. What really kind of separates these two apart, as you're going to see, is the covered headlights. This vehicle here to the left has a covered lens over the headlight. This one does not. Virtually the same motor, same transmission, same suspension, same braking. As you can see, this blue one sits just a little bit lower. But price-wise, the green car is technically considered a Series 1.5. This vehicle is priced at about $80,000. Being a little bit more rare, a little bit more unique attributes. This one finished in silver opalescent, which is just the best color. This vehicle is priced at $175,000. So in reality, you can get a lot of fun out of an E-Type Jag if you just go with a little bit of a later year. Again, the same 4.2 liter inline six, virtually the same transmission, gearbox, and suspension. Ride height is a little bit different. A couple of little trim pieces are a little bit different. You kind of see here the tail light assembly is actually incorporated into the body, whereas on the green car it's actually underneath the bumper. But other than that, they're virtually the same car, just at half price. Here we have a couple of vintage Broncos. These are fantastic four-wheel drive vehicles to own. These are a lot of fun to take out. These both have been modified. The Ford Bronco was actually introduced in 1966 with the U113 Roadsters. Came out a couple of years later. They offered it in half-cab formation like the orange 1971. This one is a resto mod. We call it that because it does have an upgraded engine, upgraded suspension. That is a Coyote 5.0 V8 with about 450 horsepower. This does have a 4.5-inch lift on it, disc brakes, all the goodies, all the suspension, full leather, really, really nice vehicle. As you can see, the body is virtually the same. This one has what is called cut fenders with the flares on the side, whereas these ones have metal flares grafted into the fenders. So it just kind of gives that same look, but without the plastic. So that's why this is a little bit more of a unique custom. The orange one here, equally as fun to own. This car can be bought for about $60,000. Four-wheel drive works. It's a V8. It's fun. You can take it out for the weekends, go do a little trailing, take it up in the mountains, have a lot of fun with it. But we love our Broncos around here. Getting into a couple of the other vehicles, these are our Italian beauties. This particular vehicle is a 1972 Lamborghini Yarama. They built 350 Yaramas. They did 150 of them as the GTS variant, which this is not. This is just the standard GT. But what makes this car very unique is this dual sunroof application. As you can see here, it's got deflectors for the dual sunroof, so it doesn't fill the cockpit full of air. These do remove. You can't put those in the trunk. What we are able to find out is they've built about 20 of these, judging by the VIN numbers, 20 dual sunroof cars. We believe there's possibly 8 or 9 left in existence. There's only 3 of them here in the United States. We've had this car for a number of years. We do rally this car. We do tour this car. The interior is quite nice. And that is equipped with a V12, 4-liter, 6 carburetor, so you get plenty of performance out of it. Again, back to the early Lamborghinis. This is a 1966 400 GT 2+2. As I mentioned, the 350 was its first generation Lamborghini. This was the upgraded model, upgraded displacement just a little bit. They actually added the quad headlights from the single headlight. This is a really unique example because this is one of the only early Lamborghinis with actual race history. This vehicle raced a lot of SCAA races here in Southern California. It actually raced a professional race at the La Carrera in 1989. This car placed 11th overall of the 200 cars that finished and of the 500 cars that were entered. So to be a privateer entry and go down there and virtually win the race with as number 11, that's quite a unique car. Here's a unique photo of it crossing the finish line in 1989. This particular car here, this is a 1967 Ferrari Gtc. 801 of these originally built. This car is finished in a Zero Glacier, which is an absolutely stunning color. We did do a full restoration on this car. We've restored every nut, every bolt, bare metal respray, full new interior, and tried to keep it as correct as we can. We actually have been judged on this car 99.4 points. Where they find the other 0.6, I couldn't tell you. But that engine is absolutely spectacular. You could almost eat off of it. Very correct. Many as unique original parts as we could find. And as you can see, the interior, not only luxurious, but also quite sporty. And again, that's our showroom. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you don't have an Oculus or a VR headset, I suggest you get one because it really makes this experience unique and different. Again, the rest of the showroom, we have some unique artwork, some rare pieces here that we could possibly discuss, but we'd like to invite you down here to see the stuff for yourself. We are located in San Diego, California. We do have a website, pmautos.com. We are open Monday through Friday. It's always a revolving display down here, always new cars coming and going. We do buy and sell, so every month, month and a half, there's going to be something unique and different to look at. We encourage you to follow us on the website, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and if you're ever in the area, please come to San Diego, visit with us. This is our showroom. My name is David Young. I hope you had a good time with me. I hope you maybe learned a little something. If you have any questions, follow us up on the website. Like I said, follow us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we post a lot of these videos. Thank you very much for joining me, and you have a good day.